What is up, everybody? Welcome on back to baseball here on youtube.com/ShawnosaurusRex, where every single day the Mariners play, you can catch a fresh new game of baseball inside of MLB The Show 23 right here on the channel. So be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos, and you can keep up on all the Mariners action here in the 2023 season. Coming off a pretty nice win yesterday, offense is a little bit concerning here in Houston as we enter game two. Got to the starting pitcher of yesterday's game early, which was good. Tagged him up for 4 runs. But after they switched the pitchers, the only other run we got in our 5-1 victory was a run that got walked in, shockingly. The rarest kind of run that we are ever going to see is a walked in run. I'm sure they're fairly rare in the first place. But, I mean, we have a lot of bases loaded situations, and what do they end up as? That's right, double plays, not walked in runs. But, yeah, so that's a bit of a concern going into day number 2. The pitching difficulty bumped up right at the end of yesterday's game, and the hitting difficulty went up recently. I want to say it was at the San Francisco game, maybe yesterday as well, and got right to the tip of, like, whatever, I think is Hall of Fame, right on the edge of, like, bumping to Hall of Fame plus, but when they made that pitching change, it started to very steadily slide back. We're not like close to regressing in difficulty, but definitely had trouble with the pitches they were throwing yesterday, for the most part after the initial switch. So curious to see how this one goes. George Kirby on the mound, 11-3 with a 1.71 ERA, taking on Luis Garcia, 6-3 with a 3.43 ERA. The Mariners looking to take game number 2 here and jump out and at least, qualify for a series split against the Houston Astros, who we are 20 games ahead of. We're perfect in our last 10, 66-20, 20, 21, and 21 and a half games ahead of the next closest, in air quotes. A game and a half separates second from fourth, but 20 games between first and second. Taking a peek here at the calendar. 3 games against Houston through the weekend, and then we'll be back in Seattle for the Home Run Derby, the All-Star Game, and then back on Friday with regular baseball from Seattle against Detroit. There you go. Something made a weird noise. I don't know what it is. Play the full game. We're going to go road. That's fine. Minute Maid Park. Open. Partly cloudy. All sounds good. Good. Okay. Got to tinker with this lineup here, because we do have Rodriguez could probably use a day off. I didn't do a very good job of, like, fixing this lineup. Right-handed pitcher. Who's my guy? Jorge Mateo? You play second base. Yeah, you do. It gives me another right-handed guy in the lineup. Oh, he also needs a day off. Freaking rip. Okay, so let's do this. We'll sub out Colton Wong, and we'll go ahead and throw Dylan Moore in there. I know we're throwing another right-handed hitter in there. That's not great. We could... Oh, God, I forget how... Well, here, we can do Pollock. Yeah, we can do Pollock there, and then Rodriguez with Haggerty. I know Haggerty doesn't have a lot of contact, so we can have him with the leadoff spot, but good speed can be helpful. Lefty. Then a lot of righties. We'll have Raleigh. Let's put Raleigh in that cleanup spot. Suarez, no. Teoscar. There, France in the 5-hole. And then, who's at the top? It's a 4. We'll just kind of flip those guys so we have at least a little bit of a mix. It's not a great lineup today thanks to the resting problems, but should get Colton Wong, Rodriguez, Mateo, and yeah, those 3 guys should get some rest for the last 2 games of the season. All right. Loading screen. As I always say, perfect time for you to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff. And you'll be notified. Hopefully you enjoyed this morning's video. Rogue Legacy 2 went up today. Pretty good game.
From Minute Maid Park in Houston, the show
We got a
brings you
demo fest
matchup
coming up
of
next
division
week, so
rivals.
get excited.
It's the Seattle Mariners taking on the Houston Astros. Along with my partner, Chris Singleton,
Very
I'm
excited
John
about
Shelby. And Siggy, we're going to see a nice little
Demo
win streak
fest.
put to the test today.
Yeah, these guys are really firing on all cylinders right now. And to me, the important thing is that they're doing the little things well. They're not just relying on home runs or big plays every game. They're playing good
we kind of
baseball, executing in key areas, and that's how you string together wins. So we'll see if they continue that in this one.
Oh, wow. That black screen was so jarring. Luis Garcia, 17, starts with a 6-3 record, 3.43 ERA because he loves Halo. 105 innings pitched, 92 hits, 35 walkouts, 76 strikeouts, 1-2-1 whip. Oh, and I should mention, I am running on a hotspot at the moment, so we might have some internet issues here. Hopefully this video gets up on time, but, boy. Four seam at 96, cutter at 88, 12-6 curve at 79, circle change at 87, slider at 82. And there is a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Hopefully it's not too much of an issue, and hopefully the video makes it up on time. They went out today probably about, 7 hours ago.
And the right-hander deals.
But then I used all my hotspot data. I was like, well, great. This is not going well. So then I was like, well, all I need is the game to just kind of connect to the internet and just, like, access the license, basically.
That misses
and allow me to, like, start the game. So I hooked it up to the thing, and then it's trying to pull all the information from the internet. And I'm like, oh my god. So I found just enough of a different hotspot. What a disaster. But good news is we have a move coming up here in about a month. Hopefully we'll have better, more stable, faster internet. I was looking at some computers today. My hair is driving me absolutely freaking insane. Stop it.
First
I probably should have let off lefty, huh? That was dumb of me. Whoops. Looking at some computers today. Maybe something more desktop-y than laptop, which is what I use. But I can find a good laptop, and I don't mind using a laptop. Plus, it'll help me travel with it, because I like doing that. I'll have to get new stickers, though.
Got to the spot, turned around, and made a nice catch.
Stop it. Oh, my God.
Teoscar Hernandez, the next to hit, takes outside.
Yeah, new computer, new place to live, new other things happening. Could have some streams over on twitch.tv/Shaunosaurus so keep an eye out for that. And hopefully less hotspot frustration. Okay. And I don't know, they show those stats, and I always think that they're going to tell me more, but they don't.
Steals. That one finds
Cutter
the zone,
E4.
and it's 1-1.
12-6 curve could be the real problem today. The 82-mile-an-hour slider obviously could be an issue.
That misses off the outside edge.
This is a pitch type selection that really does give me some worry. It's real early on that 12-6 curve. I look at the 12-6 curve, the four-seam fastball, and the slider, and I'm just like, oh no.
The wind of the pitch. Just
missed.
Really good take, especially with two strikes.
Probably should have bumped J.P. Crawford down the lineup a little bit. Got me. I was looking kind of in the right spot there, and I was anticipating a slider, not a fastball. It was a good pitch.
Astros go to work for the first
good
time.
Pitch selection.
No score. This is Mariners baseball on the show. Northwest.
Definitely a series that I at least want to split. I don't really want to lose it, but we'll see what we can do here. George Kirby, 17 starts, 11-3 record, 1.71 ERA, 105.1 innings pitched, 97 hits, 12 walks, 109 strikeouts, a 103 on the whip. It's not disastrous if we lose this series. I'll be very thankful when we get out of Houston.
And a pitch. Line drive, that's a base hit out of the left center field. Man aboard on the leadoff.
Reared its ugly head as the rough start offensively. It wasn't like as bad as it was against, I think, the White Sox or whatever it was, where we struck out like every time in all 3 of those games in the first inning. But the San Francisco series was especially brutal early on.
Steps in.
We'll see if we can.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Altuve gets his lead at first with nobody out. On the ground to second, might be 2. There's 1 and 2.
Woo,
In time to
just
first for
barely.
the double play.
If Brantley is any faster than 20, I think he's safe at first. It's a slow exchange by Moore. And then Crawford has to take that little hop step.
8th in the AL in homers right now. And that's in
A little
there for
surprised he
strike
let that
1.
one go.
Chris Alvarez has turned into one of the best young hitters, maybe one of the best hitters in all of baseball. He's got some of the most
4
raw
of the
power
top
in
7
the entire game.
ERAs on the old Seattle
The
Mariners.
pitch. And that one fouled off.
Yeah, and won that Silver Slugger Award in 2022 and a slugging percentage of .613 and OPS over 1,000.
And now 1 and
Just
2.
missed.
Swings through
Wow,
that,
okay.
and it's a
Got
strikeout.
that,
And good
got that
work there
fastball
as he
by him. A
gets
little
1-2-3.
surprised that that was the result
First
of
frame
that.
the night
Happy
behind
with
us,
it regardless.
and it's 0-0. New inning getting started. Now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh.
And we get out with a very low pitch count. I think maybe 7. Wasn't looking good. Altuve got off to a good start with contact, but then that double play kind of saved my butt. 6 or 7
Here comes
pitches
the
there.
pitch.
That's good stuff.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
Way late on a cutter. That was a mistake pitch that I just did not see.
Now 1
That's
and
inside.
1.
There we go.
Dave Lawrence assigned to work home plate in this one.
Good umpire, Boog. Very fair, very consistent. Now, I did hear some feedback that he opens up the outside corner a little bit on left-handed hitters, which, you know, for me, I'd be kind of salty. So maybe something to keep an eye on and see if that
Ooh,
factors
my
into this one
goodness.
at all.
Way too late. That's not good. Late on the cutter and on the
pitch.
fastball early.
Swing and a
Swung
miss,
through it.
and he got him.
Gross.
And there's 1 down.
I've been
That's
really
a blue
struggling
zone
with
right
Raleigh.
there.
It has been very much feast or
Zone
famine with
on the
him, it
hitting
feels.
chart. Just doesn't have much success.
Better
in that part of
timing
the
there,
strike
thankfully,
zone.
but
And a really good
it
job
didn't
of the
matter
pitcher
because I swung right through it.
executing. Try to go there as often as you can. The numbers are in your favor.
Ty France, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Leading the AL in batting average. Next offering is in for a strike.
He's not going to
Understand
throw
you wanna
anything
try
up
to
high.
gauge that guy's fastball,
He's not gonna
but
throw
you
a
also
goddamn
have to be
thing up
aggressive
high.
and ready to hit
He's
your
gonna
zone.
throw an up
Now
high
you're in
pitch
a
right
tough
now.
spot.
That misses. Now 1
That's
and 2.
fastball.
And now 2 and 2. The 2-2. He goes down looking.
All of those were
33 strikeouts
fastballs.
here in the
Every
early
one of
part the
those
start,
pitches
so
was a
I think the guys
fastball.
further down in this lineup might need to take notice, take some notes, share some.
Lined into left center, and that should be extra bases. Now he turns and heads for second.
That's
And
an
that's a
easy stand-up
two-bagger.
double. Okay, get a little hit going there. It's good, good contact from Dylan Moore. Into that doubles lane of this terrible-looking ballpark.
Here's Taylor Trammell.
Finally, some just straight-up good timing, good location.
Off the mark there. And that is ball 1.
Well, they're looking to get on the board first here after that clutch 2-out double made this inning interesting.
The next pitch misses. 2-0.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you. So make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
The 2-0 is in for a strike.
It's like he's trying to get a grounder for a double play or something.
Kicks and fires.
Ooh, big swing on a circle
He really
change.
sells the changeup with that
Yeah.
arm action.
Got me with a slider.
It's a strikeout.
Well,
It's a significant speed change, and it is it's getting me. It's one of the pitches I pointed out that was going to give me trouble, and it definitely got me there. That was a mistake pitch, and I couldn't do a gosh darn thing with it because I am bad at this video game. I just don't trust it. I don't trust that he's going to just keep going low.
Swinging a foul straight back. Zingy Kyle Tucker's done a little bit of everything. He's won a World Series. He's been an All-Star. He's won a Gold Glove. And a guy who was the 5th overall pick in the 2015 draft. Going to count 1 and 2.
He's been a guy that can kind of fly under the radar, but not so much anymore. Everyone's aware of the damage that he can do in that lineup.
That was the pitch.
The guy that's
That was what I was looking
doesn't wear
for,
the
was that
batting
curveball.
gloves, just goes up there and
Just kind of
rakes,
drop
got a
out of the
great
zone,
arm in
get the
outfield as
swing.
well. Definitely the pride of Plant High School in Tampa, Florida.
Fires over to first.
Take
That's
that.
one out, the bottom of the second.
That's
Not
what good
terrible.
sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Jose Abreu up to hit. Kirby.
Wow, okay. Very generous call right there. Pretty surprised at that.
Not a guy who's going to get himself into trouble by dancing around, by walking guys. The pitch. Foul ball, it stays 0-2.
Yeah, he throws strikes, and he's got the command to be in the zone, be effective, but just moving the ball around, getting the ball back from the catcher.
That did not dive the way I wanted it to. Holy moly.
Nothing here in the bottom of the second. Fights it off, you'll see another. It's an interesting thing when you consider limiting walks. Is it more important today because of how many home runs are being hit?
No doubt.
Nice
Keeping
grab
guys
by
off the
France.
base pass with the way
That
the
bats are getting a
swings
little
and
more
the
frustrating
launching
here
are
as they're
today.
getting some good
The
contact
emphasis of hitting
on
home
it.
runs is so huge. It's never been
Or at least just
more
getting contact on it, fouling balls away
now
rather
it's
than
Alex
just
Bregman.
swinging and missing.
Ground ball left side. On to France. That's the third out.
Okay, I'll take that. A couple
Astros are down quietly.
of easy
Move to the
outs here
third
in each of
with
these
no score.
innings that have helped. Double play was especially big because that put me at 3 pitches rather than a potential,
All set for
7
the
or 8
start
or
of the
whatever.
inning. A.J. Pollock at the dish.
Number 8, A.J. Howell.
Garcia back to work. Out to short. Pena.
Early on
Throw
the
to
fastball.
first. And they take care of Pollock for the out. And Eugenio Suarez up to hit now. 4th in the AL in RBIs. And that one just misses. A ball and no
Why is
strikes.
this
Suarez hitting
air
9th
still
in
going?
today's
It's so
lineup.
cold.
He's knocked in 9
It is
over
so
his last
cold in
10
this quarter
games.
sometimes.
Next pitch is inside. Now 2-0.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
That was a
Swing
bad
and a miss,
swing.
strike
It was
one.
drifting
The
inside
baseball's
anyway.
coming out of his hand very well. He's been able to paint all 4 corners, but really good ride at the top of the zone. Hitters have to respect that. Very difficult pitch to hit.
Over to Abreu. 2 up, 2 down.
Up next for Seattle.
I mean,
Back to the top of the Seattle order. Now it's going to be Sam Haggerty. In there, and it's 0-1.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
The wind and the pitch. Strike
oh,
2.
Sean.
Base hit.
Wow,
That
okay.
was
Actually
smoked
surprised that
through
I was
the
able to get
infield.
that past him.
So he gets on base
Brady
and
with a
keeps it
nice
going.
dive there. Those are
A swing
usually the
like
hits that feel like they
can
go
help you
against
come out of
me.
the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit. He's 0 for 1. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1. Crawford in his 6th season, 28 years old.
Thank you
and
for
he's a
turning
former
off.
Gold
I'm like
Glover in
leaning
the
forward
American League.
out of the breeze of the air. Just, ooh. No.
And that one fouled off.
No. No. Okay. Really lucky there. I was looking for the 12-6 curve. Thankfully, it was... Ugh.
Next pitch
It's
misses
inside.
inside. 2-1. At the belt and fires. Now one miss.
Way upstairs.
Chris with that distraction and a speedy guy at first. He's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
Left-hand hitter waits. The right-hander gives up
Actually
the
made that
two-out
fairly
walk.
easy to draw that
Maybe a
walk.
little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
I should have flipped
First and
Teoscar
second,
Hernandez
two
and
down.
J.P.
Here's
Crawford,
Teoscar Hernandez.
speed-wise, but also righty-lefty-wise.
There's a strike.
And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
Now the 0-1. There's a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready
God
to hit. First
damn
two
it.
pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
0-2 now. Now a screamer into the outfield. And a base hit. Heading for the plate. He'll score, and it's 1-0.
Whew, that one felt good,
Well,
especially
he
with
wasn't
those
afraid to
two
hit with strikes.
fastballs on
I
the
think he
outside
choked up
part.
a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
Kind of hoping that would get down into the corner.
First and second, 2 outs. Cal Raleigh digs in now. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Crawford on second. Hernandez at first. 2 out of the inning. Next one
It's a good take.
misses. Ball
It's a good
1.
take.
And he deals. And he pumps it a strike.
Yeah, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and get out of this little jam.
The pitch. Got him! Good job at damage control right there. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. We head
Just
down
couldn't.
to the
I couldn't
home
hit
half
the
of
A
inning
button.
number
I couldn't
3.
hit
It's
the A
the
button to even get
Mariners
myself a shot at
and the
a foul ball.
Astros nothing.
Fuck! This is so frustrating.
Back here at the ballpark, set for the bottom of the third.
These
And
high
now it's
90s,
gonna
mid
be
90s
Jeremy
high.
Pena. Swing
Mid
and a
90s
miss.
fastballs are giving
And
me
that's
so
strike one.
much
Pretty
trouble.
Unique upbringing for Jeremy Pena, at least in terms of a kid who was born in the Dominican Republic, but then he moved to Rhode Island, not exactly a baseball hotbed, and he played his college ball at Maine. He was
fuck
a
off.
University of Maine Black Bear, and then went on to be a third-round pick of the Astros in 2018. Got him looking
That's
for
a
the
beautiful
strikeout.
location
Couldn't
on the
pull
cutter.
trigger on
I don't
the
know what it is with
fastball
2
to
strikes.
the
They could just get a little
Really
too
love the pitch
anxious,
sequence right
wanting to
there.
strike
I'm
him
telling you,
out.
Pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
But I consistently throw that that 4-seam fastball high inside, and I consistently miss it.
Mitch Garver
How many of them
up
I've
here.
thrown? You figure get something going at some point.
Garver goes 6'1", 220 pounds, and he was a 9th-round draft pick back in 2013. Pulls that one foul. One down, base is empty. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Wasn't exactly where I wanted
Came
it.
inside with that two-strike fastball nicely and just punched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Next to hit, Jake Myers. There's a
There
strike.
we go. A little curveball action to start.
And that's a strike.
The guy's going this good. He's retired 7 in a row. You got to step out of the box, fake bunt, do something to break it up.
And 1-2. The pitch. Got him.
There we go. Nice curveball. That was a better location by me on that 4-seam fastball. I'd like to get the call in my favor, but it was pretty 50-50. All right, through the top half of the third, or through the third, excuse me. Boy, I miss being at home.
As we go to the top of the 4th, and now the first
Very
baseman,
interesting.
Ty
I
France.
think that the games that we get after the All-Star break, maybe minus that Detroit series, but
And
Minnesota,
here comes.
Toronto, and
Very
Minnesota
high with that one. Ball 1.
Well, these Mariners
could be
did a
big.
great job, Boog, of
Looking
just
for
waiting the
looking for a
right
little
pitch to come
vengeance
their
against the
way.
Blue Jays, who
I'm
gave
very
me so much
patient
trouble
bats
up in
He's only
Toronto.
given up 1 run,
And the
but
game,
starter's
this
pitch count is
game,
starting to get up there, and that might be
the
the
show
best
just
news yet for this
loves
offense.
That's to
loves
third.
Minnesota. Routinely, I think in
Ready to
every
first.
season, it's just run away
One
with the
down.
AL Central.
sometimes all it
I don't think
takes
any of
is
the other
getting
teams
to
have
the next
even
arm
really been
before an offense
competitive.
does any damage.
Especially the
That might
first
be the
season I
case
did it
today.
back in
Here's
21.
Dylan Moore.
That Minnesota Twins team ran away with the AL Central, and I don't know what exactly happened, but
That one's in there.
they
Strike
probably should have had a better
Pitching well,
record
but
than
not
us
throwing
and
a
been
ton
like the
of
home
first
field
pitch
advantage
strikes.
in the
Usually
championship
doesn't work
series,
out for
but
success, but you can never predict baseball.
they kind of faltered down the stretch, and we were able to get that number 1 seed in the AL.
Kicks and deals.
0-2 pitch.
All right,
that
slow
far
it
out of
down
the zone
here.
Gives the hitter a little
Ba-ba-ba.
confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
Next offering misses, and the count is 2-2.
Garcia's a little loose, a little wily here today. He hasn't had the most control,
Got it by him.
but then he gets me
Okay.
swinging on stuff like that.
Really nice execution.
Really
with that
bad.
Fastball right there. Similar to how you might throw a 2-strike slider, start it middle away, let it break, and take over that outside corner of the plate.
Oh,
we
now
go.
this one's
Got
high
it.
deep. Way
Let's
back
go.
there.
12-6
Let it
curve.
gone.
Perfect out of the zone.
He'll touch 'em
That was the
all.
one pitch I was
His
going to be able to
12th
hit
of
with
the
that
season.
timing,
It's
and that was the one that he
2-0.
threw.
He put a charge
Maybe a little
into
more
that
lucky
one.
than
That
good,
was a
but
lightning swing right
I'll
there.
take it.
No doubt about it. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Jamel does have good
Now,
power
here is
against righties,
A.J.
which is always
Pollock.
nice.
Fought off foul.
Too aggressive there. Thankfully, it was a pitch that was in the zone,
Righty
so
to
it's
the
not like
plate.
an embarrassing miss or anything.
And a
Like
big
that.
swing and a
That's
miss.
an embarrassing miss.
And down on strikes.
Wow.
That's out number 3.
Fuck.
Solo blast adds to the
What a
Seattle
location on
lead.
that slider. That was a
It's
really
now
nice
2-0
slider.
ball game.
Way up
You're
in the
dialed
zone.
into
Wasn't
the
looking
show.
for it at all in that spot. I was looking for something off speed, 12-6 curve, maybe a circle change. Not the slider. And definitely not in that location.
Bottom of the inning. Here's the Astros leadoff man, Jose
The
Altuve.
second baseman, Jose.
One of the skill sets
One
Altuve
for
brings
one.
to the table. He is a notorious bad ball hitter, but whether it's in the zone or out of the zone, since he debuted in 2011, no player has more hits in the majors than Jose Altuve. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Suarez brings it in, and there's one down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Michael.
Here's Michael Brantley. He hit into a double play his first time up. In there for strike one.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all three swings.
On to France, and they get Brantley for the
Nice
out.
throw, nice grab. Nice throw, better grab. And on the run there. And it's the second
Here's
time
Yordan
where
Alvarez.
it's
Struck
just
out
like
swinging his
Brantley's
first
lack
time.
of speed is the reason he's out.
That one's in
Like
there
just a little bit
0-1.
long on the exchange and the throw. Crawford had to step off the bag and throw it over to first on that double play. And then that one is just a very slow roller that really,
Gets under it and pops it up.
that Moore really
has
had
this
to
one
charge
sized
at.
up. Drops into the glove.
And in both scenarios,
And
if
that
he's
will
even
end the
just
inning.
like a
Nothing
smidge
doing there
faster,
for Houston.
he's probably
They trail
safe.
things here 2-0.
But that's all right. We're not going to worry about it. We're leading 2-0 through 4. Very quick bottom of the 4th there.
Back here in Houston.
That's
the
kind of what
batter
we're
now,
looking for, pitch
Eugenio
count wise.
Suarez.
Eugenio Suarez.
The pitch. Foul.
That was a circle change. Looked like a fastball coming in and then just dropped on me.
0-1 down.
There is a fastball. Okay with that one. Just kind of laying off it. No big deal. Fouled
Spoils the
away. There we go.
two-strike
That's
pitch,
all
and
I'm
he'll see
looking for.
another.
In that spot, just look for the foul off.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Poopy.
That was a
Very
tough
poopy.
slider right there. He couldn't get a piece of it just to try to keep the at-bat alive. And hitters will tell you that slider, when a guy's able to really tunnel
way
the
too
pitch
late on
where
that.
it looks like a fastball and then late has a really good bite, so tough to lay off of because you've made the decision you don't want to get beat by a fastball, and then you swing and you
Say,
miss. You go back to the dugout
That was an
shaking
aggressive
your
power
head.
swing on the first one of the worst.
Calls
That was an
it in,
anger
and
power
there's
swing.
two away.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
There we go.
That's a hit. And with the inning still alive, here comes the heart of the order.
Just late.
Everything came together for him.
Now
Anytime you rip a
right
line
fielder,
drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. First pitch, and that's in for
That's
a
a
strike.
dotted slider. Nothing to be mad about there. I think what's
Crawford
impressive
off the
about the
first,
Trammell
two
hit is I
away.
kind of just trusted my gut. I think on some of the strikeouts I've had, I've been overthinking it a little bit.
Swing and a miss. And it's
Way
nothing
too
at two.
late.
Two outs. On the ground to the left. Pena. They get the force. And that is that. One left for Seattle as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead.
Also helpful with that Trammell home run was it was 2-out damage, so that's a positive as well.
Welcome back. Now it's the right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
The right fielder, Kyle
And the pitch. That's in there. That's strike one.
Well, these Astros, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. Just one base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They have guys in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
And a pop-up. Right
We're
side,
at
foul
40
territory.
pitches here, which is
France
absurd.
makes the
Usually
catch,
I'm on the
and
other
there's
end of
one
this.
down.
where their pitcher has like 40 pitches through 4 1/3, and I have thrown 65 or whatever.
But I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop-up and an easy out for the defense.
Bounced up the middle. Moore whips it to first. That takes care of Abreu.
Third baseman number 2, Alex.
Here's Alex Bregman. Bregman, who had a great career at LSU. He was the 2nd overall pick in 2015. He wears that number on his back, number 2. And Singy, he was a big Derek Jeter fan growing up. Righty delivers. Swing and a slow roller. Suarez whips it to
Green.
first on the run. Third out, and that ends the frame.
It was right on that edge.
The Astros,
Oh man,
and
it's
they're down
they
2-0.
warped through each other. A couple of teams really aggressive here with the swings. It keeps these
Back here
games
at
like
Minute Maid
really
Park.
moving.
Start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris
We're already
Singleton.
sitting in the
And
top of the
leading
6th.
off,
I think
Cal
yesterday's
Raleigh.
video was a little on the longer side just because we saw a ton of pitches, a 6th inning specifically, where we just saw a ton of balls and walked in a run, which is kind of unbelievable.
The wind of the pitch. Activity in the Houston bullpen.
Okay.
Seth Martinez preparing to come on if needed. Maton getting loose as well. Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound.
Wow.
Continues to climb the ladder.
92 to
Swing and a miss,
75, and
he's
it's
down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat. France stands in here, takes ball 1 low.
I like Raleigh in the 4 spot with his power, but I gotta probably switch it back to
Next pitch
France
is
or
outside.
He's clearly
somebody that
trying
I'm
to work
playing
away
better
both
with.
Pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
wait
In
on
the air
that
out
one.
to center. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the second baseman.
2 outs, base is empty. Dylan Moore up next for the Mariners. Swings through that one.
Now, there's a pitch we haven't seen in
Man,
a while.
92
It's pretty
to
tough on the hitters
77.
If he can mix that in whenever he wants.
That one's in there. That's
77 to
strike 2.
93.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Next pitch misses, and it's 1-2.
A little surprising we have him all the way up at 80 pitches.
Next pitch is popped up.
Man, it's
Abreu
not that
grabs it on the
fast. I
run.
should be
So
on
they
it,
make
but the
short work of him
75
there.
and 77 mile an
7-8-9,
hour,
2 up in the home half
12-6
of the inning.
curves
It's
and
the
sliders
Mariners
are
2 and the Astros
they are getting the
nothing.
best of me. Fuck me.
Jeremy
Leading
Pena
up
now
for
at the
the
plate.
Astros,
Pena
the
having more success against left-handed pitching this season, as might be expected. For all the big postseason hits Jeremy Pena has come up with, remember, he replaced the Gold Glove shortstop at Carlos Correa, and then in his first year, won the Gold Glove himself. Check swing, went around, and the count 1-2. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Yeah, and that can be a challenge sometimes for the younger players, Boog. They're really good at the, exceptional, extraordinary type of play, but the routine plays is where they tend to rack up those errors, but not the case for Jeremy Pena.
Now
Just
back.
cool, calm, and
The
collected.
catcher.
Very frustrating right there as a
Garver.
speedy potential base runner when with 2 strikes, you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error, but some way you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
And now Mitch Garver.
Ooh, not a
First
great
offering
curveball
is
there.
fouled off.
Definitely was not good.
And that's in for a strike. And that
Got
one
him.
hit
Wow, okay.
97 on the gun.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't
I
look
missed.
too
They gave
convinced
him
as
a
he
ball
headed back to the
earlier. Maybe not
dugout.
necessarily
Those
Garver,
are
but they
tough
did
ones
give
to let
Houston
go
a
as
ball
hitter, but
on a
with a human
50-50
umpire
pitch
calling
up in the
balls and
zone.
strikes, it's always gonna be
Nice
on
to
you
see it's
protect yourself with 2
50-50.
strikes.
You know.
Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Jake Myers. Ball 1, no strikes.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
The other way, he takes it on his own, and that is the 3rd out of the inning.
So
Astros
through
are
6,
down quietly.
feeling pretty
They're still
good.
Down. It's 2-0.
I think I've done a much better job at mixing in the pitches, throwing a lot of the sliders, even though it's his 5th best pitch.
Welcome back.
Mixing in a lot of curveballs, mixing in some of the sinkers as well, in addition to that 4-seam fastball. Doing a better job keeping them off balance. Sometimes with some of these pitchers, I get into a little bit too much of a 2-pitch pitching style. But I don't think I've been quite as predictable pitch selection-wise, maybe location-wise. As they bring in the new pitcher here. 4-seam at 94, slider 82, sinker 93, circle change 89, cutter.
Pitch.
At
That one is
I didn't read the
inside.
number. I always think I'm going to remember it, and I never do. 88.
And that's through there
That's
for
fine.
a strike.
That's fine.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Sinker at 92 is just too quick for me. I can't figure it out.
Good eye
All
right
right, there we go.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
That's inside. And a full count now.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter. At this point in the ball game, you know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
Swing
Fuck.
and a miss, struck him out.
Thought it was a pretty good
I'm
pitch.
sure it's
Top
too
of the
late
strike
again.
zone. We're seeing
Jesus.
more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Pollock now at the
God
plate.
damn it.
Swings through strike 1.
Too early and too late. It's just a nightmare. Fuck.
And a foul ball.
I mean, I am really set up for a sinker or a
2.
fastball here.
Hard ground ball, base knock.
Wow. A little surprised to put with the slider for the 3rd time in a row.
Really nice job.
I didn't necessarily feel like I had that one timed up,
it's
but
just a really controlled, balanced swing. He wasn't trying to do too much with it. Just stayed disciplined. Got
I
the
do need to
barrel
get some
the
arms
ball
up in the
and put it in
bullpen
play.
here. We don't have a lot of wiggle room.
Eugenio Suarez.
So we should. Robbie Ray, no go. Castillo. We did not. Let's see. Seawald.
It's up to the plate now.
Well, perfect action there.
Yeah, he swings and misses, and it's nothing at all.
That was like, that
Other
was
thing in this
the
part,
location.
I mean, he could
Fuck
sneeze
me.
one over the left field wall into those Crawford box seats. Strike 2.
Fuck. Oh, I hate it. 92 to 78. Too late and then too early.
And a pitch. Not close with that one. It's a
So
ball and 2
frustrating.
strikes. And a ball evens the
Missed
count.
again.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating
Whew,
based
50-50
off the
there.
trajectory,
That's a
get
good
yourself
take.
in the
I mean, if it's a
scoring
strikeout,
position.
it's a bummer, but
Next
okay,
offering
foul
is
it away.
fouled
That's
back.
fine. Foul it off.
Swing and a miss. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
I
Back to the top
can't.
of the
I'm
lineup.
not seeing it
Now
well at
it's
all.
the switch hitting outfielder, Sam Haggerty. 1 for
Getting
3.
really frustrated. I am missing.
Now fly ball to right center. Tucker should have it. Puts the squeeze on that one. And that is the inning. Mariners leave 1. They're up 2-0.
I can feel my frustration. I just. It's when you're so late on that shit. So fucking late on that shit, and it is driving me
Back
insane.
here in Houston, now it's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. Chopper right side. Not in time to get him, and the chopper
Why was that
turns
Kirby's
into
ball?
an infield single. Singy, that was a
Fuck,
close
man.
play, and it looks like they're considering challenging the safe call.
Really close, Boog, and tough to tell in real time. We weren't sure, so you really can't.
You know what? I got the 1 before the 7th, so.
Well, they are
Fuck
going to
it.
challenge the call, and so now the decision will be made by the umpires at the replay center back in New York.
It wasn't a great angle, honestly. I don't think he was out,
Here's
but just in
one.
case, I mean, they're going with this angle
Call and save. I'm
again.
not sure that there's anything here to overturn the call. What about you, Singy?
I don't think so, Boog. I mean, we need something obvious to overturn it, and I just don't see
I haven't
it.
lost a lot of these. Actually, I also haven't had a ton of opportunities. I feel like we saw a ton of them last
So the
Last
noted
season.
decision, and the runner is safe. Michael Brantley stands in. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Flips to second, that's 1. Plenty of time at first. That's a double play.
I feel so bad for Michael Brantley. I know he's not on my team. That is his 3rd hit that has had just a little bit of wonkiness in one part or another. Second double play he's hit into, but the 3rd time that he has made contact with the ball, that if he is any faster, he's probably on base.
The next to hit. That misses. And that's ball 1. And a curve is down
Good eye by
again.
Jordan
This
Alvarez.
manager knows that his players
Gross.
are just trying to do too much. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, relax, and let it naturally happen.
That's fine.
In for a strike. 2-1 now.
We get a little cheeky here with a cutter.
Just missed.
Damn
He's fallen
it.
behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
And that one finds its way through.
Ooh, jeez Louise. Almost goofed that up with Pollock in center. Hey, I mean, he worked that count to a hit location.
The ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy
Come
with
on,
that
Kirby.
swing. Definitely
Come on,
generated some
Kirby.
good bat speed.
Now 1-1.
I mean, they're only a bloop and a blast out, which makes this a pretty large gamble.
In there at the knees.
Um,
and the count 1-2. On the ground, right side.
Hi,
He
France.
steps on the bag, out with room to spare, and that's the
It makes it a big
One left
gamble,
for
not only
Houston.
because,
They trail
I'm
it here,
really
2-0.
pushing how far my pitcher can go here as many times through the lineup. But number 2, offensively, don't know that I'm going to be able to get another run.
Welcome
It feels like
back.
if they are
Andy
able to
Moore
tie
on
this,
to
it's
start
probably going to be a
the
loss
Phil
on my
Maton.
part.
He has a great slider with tons
Maybe
of
we can get
movement.
something going here. I don't know. So we are in the top of the 8th here.
J.P. Crawford getting ready
So I
to
think we switch our strategy a little bit. We sit Brash and warm up Munoz, schedule Castillo. Now the issue here is that we're going to just keep throwing high velocity stuff.
and a pitch.
We're not really taking any speed off.
And a
That
swing
was,
and a miss.
what the fuck are you doing? Stop it. Phil Maton has a disgusting 1-2 punch of a 93-mile-an-hour four-seam and a 77-mile-an-hour slurve. Slider at 83, sinker at
Left-hand
92.
batter waits. Pitch misses, and it's a ball and a strike. Next pitch is popped up.
91 on the
Bregman
fastball, and
is
I
under.
cannot catch up to it. I have not been able to catch up to it all
And
day.
now
The
for
fastballs have
Seattle,
been getting
Teoscar
slower, and I'm
Hernandez.
still as late as I've been. I hate it.
And that's outside. Activity in the bullpen for Houston. Rafael Montero appears to be getting loose. Next offering is in
It's
for a
a
strike.
slurve.
Good eye right there.
Now you get to this part of the order, Yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you, if he will.
The 3-1. That's a strike. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Had him way out front
I
of the slur.
hate that fucking
And
pitch.
now the catcher comes up to him. Cal Raleigh.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Swing and a miss.
And I'm
Yeah,
late.
it's
I'm
0-1.
late again.
At the plate, 3
16
strikeouts
mile an
already.
hour
It's hard
difference
not to
is
think negative, but you gotta
annihilating
find a way
me.
to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's
So
seat.
fucking
He can go
irritating.
anywhere he wants to go right here.
Next pitch is outside.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's
feels
trying to
so
speed him up.
frustrated.
Got to stay
Ever
back.
since they switched that
Off-speed
pitcher
probably
in
coming.
yesterday's game, I can't get it together.
Caught him looking for the K. Mariners go down quietly there, but they hold the 2-0 lead.
I feel so bad. Cal Raleigh's 0 for 4. And all 4 of his outs are strikeouts.
Righty reliever out of the pen, Diego Castillo.
Definitely a guy that
I am
knows the strike
lost
zone,
at the
makes
plate.
hitters earn their way
I
on base,
can't
so
believe
rarely
how
gets
late
in
I am
trouble
on all
because
these
of free
fastballs.
passes.
Absolutely can't believe it. So Castillo's going to come in here with a slider, a 4-seam, and a sinker. Or a slider, a sinker, and a 4-seam. Might be a little bit off with him because I think it's only the 2nd time he's been on the mound. Maybe the 3rd time. Came in that San Francisco game. That was pretty brutal.
Back here at the ballpark, and
Leading
here's the
up for
first
the
baseman,
Astros,
Jose
The
Abreu.
first baseman,
The
Jose
line of the pitch.
Abreu.
Yeah, that's downstairs and outside.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Late with the swing there.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Out to short, Crawford. In plenty of time to first. That takes care of Abreu.
Pitching and defense have been solid over the last couple of
Third
weeks.
baseman, Allen.
We've been able to
Yeah,
weather
Alex
some storms, which
Bregman.
has been nice. The offense, though, was a concern coming into this game, and it has only become more of a concern
And the first pitch misses.
as we
for
move
ball
through
1.
this one. 2 runs, which is good. Nice home run there.
There's a strike.
Too fast again.
Pitch misses there.
A little
Now 2
frustrating
balls
that
and a
I
strike.
don't have this.
In the air, center field.
Pollock?
Pollock
Pollock?
has this one sized up.
Baller?
He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
The batter, number 3.
So up next,
Shortstop.
Jeremy Pena.
Jeremy Pena.
First pitch.
That's a
just
strike.
misses.
Oh man, that is right in that corner.
On the ground, right side. On to France, and that is that.
We have had a couple of games like this throughout the season where we've just been struck out a ton, somehow still eke out a victory, but it's just like, oh my god. There were 37
So they turn things
strikeouts
over to
somehow.
the righty, Hector Neris.
And this could be a
Neris
pretty
comes in with a
critical point
6.0
in this game.
ERA,
We're hoping he's
25
the
and
guy
17
keep him
strikeouts
within
to walk.
striking distance.
Lefties batting better than righties, a 1-4 record, 27 appearances, 27 innings, 9
Now,
holds.
Ty
Leading
France.
off for the Mariners, the first baseman.
Neris,
97 on a
righty that throws
fastball.
with power.
Fucking fantastic.
33
87
years
on a
old,
splitter,
and he
97
was
on a
born
sinker,
in the
90 on a
Dominican
slider.
Republic. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Where do you even begin with the talent we've seen from the Dominican Republic? Vladdy, Big Papi, Pedro, the list goes on and on.
Swing at a ball lifted to
Better
center field.
timing there, but unfortunately that was
catch,
a
and
little
there's
bit
one
high in
gone.
the zone for me.
Dylan Moore up next for the Mariners. And he swings and misses at the initial offer.
That's out of the
This
zone,
guy's
man.
usually not one to chase pitches off the plate, but he did there. We'll see if he can tighten up his zone a little bit.
And it's strike two.
It was the right idea.
That pitch
Lower in
until
the
you
zone
get to
there.
two
Just was not
strikes.
ready
It's
for
just
the...
a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Struck him out looking.
I'm not
Fastball
seeing
to
it well at all.
letters, throws him for strike three.
Fuck
Two
me.
outs, base is empty. In now is the Mariners DH, Taylor Trammell. Swing and a miss.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Swings and crushes one. Right field.
Trammell?
way back and gone.
He threw the splitter, and it was the only pitch I would have been on
He'll
time
circle
for
the
from him.
bases. His
Trammell
second
for the
home
second
run of
time
game.
today.
It's 3-0.
Helps us get a little bit more of a lead. I feel like this is the second multi-home run game for Trammell. Little extra cushion there. 3-0 after some pretty terrible
Sometimes we say it's a
at-bats.
sinker that didn't sink. Well, that was a splitter that just didn't split. Kind of like a BP fastball. And when you throw that pitch, don't expect to get it back. You're getting a new baseball from the umpire.
And now the center fielder, A.J. Pollock.
Early on it, but enough power to drive it out of here. And he drove it way out of here.
And a good fastball
It's a
to
good
start
take
him
right
off.
there. Wasn't going to
That's
do anything
strike
with
one.
it. Anyway, probably was going to be too late on it because it's 94 miles an hour, and I just don't understand the concept.
And the righty deals. Strike two.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Check swing on an 0-2. Appeal to first, and he held back, according to Ricky Halladay. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
They have been peppering the outside part of the zone. I was looking for something that's going to bite outside. It just didn't.
Homer. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here in Houston, bottom nine, and here's the catcher, Mitch
The
Garver.
catcher, Mitch
Oh, I do want to switch my
Garver.
pitcher here. We'll warm up Paul Sewald just in case. I do
Andres
trust Munoz.
will take over
Andres
here.
Munoz.
Save opportunity.
I do
for
trust him
right
implicitly.
here.
Let's
He's the
go.
guy. Time to lock this
33
one down
games with a
and
1-0
get out of
record.
here
Only
with
3
the
blown
dub.
saves, 28 out of 31. 38 innings pitched, a 1.66 ERA, 48 to 3 strikeouts to walks. A slider that doesn't really slide. But a good speed deception pitch.
And he deals. And first offering is fouled off.
Really late on that, huh?
And a swing and a miss there.
Top of the league leaders is Duran. Wonder how many times we'll see him
Lifted
against
in the air, right center field.
Minnesota.
Hernandez ranging after it. Makes the grab, one down.
The batter, the center fielder.
Jake Myers up next for the Astros. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. First pitch,
Just off the outside
misses.
edge.
Boog, this guy's
Gross.
definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
And that's a base hit. So that will bring up the top of the order with one away.
He needed that one. It's been a tough
Didn't
stretch.
not a great
Good pitch, slowed
plan
it
there
down
on my
late,
part.
just stayed down and threw it nicely. Such an easy pitch to pull off of because you're probably thinking fastball down the middle initially. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see
Bad
if they
pitch,
try to get
bad
him
pitch.
into motion.
Bad pitch, anxious.
Here's a 1-1. And downstairs.
I definitely tried to get too cute with that last batter.
And that one hammered back there. That one is gone.
Really?
Jose Altuve will touch them all. His 17th of the year. And they cut into the lead. It's 3-2. Well, that swing changes things.
Yes, it does. They were in striking distance, and they found a way to fight back big time. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spit on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very
101
patient,
miles an
and it paid
hour.
off.
And Michael Brantley is going to come up to hit. Ground ball up the middle. And just one out remaining for Houston.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Yordan Alvarez up next for the Astros. And first offering is fouled off. The tying run at the plate. And a foul ball. Next offering is fouled back.
I think I had what I was looking for there. Got him.
And a miss, and that's the
Okay,
ball
so it got a
game.
little tight there. Kind of weird with Altuve. That no-doubter home run. Maybe the more reasonable, one of the more reasonable no-doubters that we've given up lately. But we get out of here with a one-run victory, and we at least secure a series tie. So I will, series split. So I will take that. I will work with that. Fine, no problem.
As long as it'll last.
3-2 the final score for Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show.
Did not expect him to
Thanks
get
for
that
stopping
much
by.
of a hold
I'm
of
John
it.
Shambi. Talk to you
Taylor
soon.
Trammell's solo shot there coming in handy. Otherwise, that's a game-tying home run rather than a just cut into the lead home run. (3-2) your final here. Luis Garcia drops to 6-4. George Kirby improves to 12-3. He is your player of the game, which is a little surprising considering that Trammell was 2-for-4 with two solo shots, and basically the reason we won that game. Haggerty was 1-for-4 with a run scored. Crawford 1-for-3 with a walk. Dylan Moore 2-for-4 or 1-for-4 with a double. Jose Altuve 3-for-4. We were able to keep him off the base paths and not be a problem yesterday, but today unfortunately was a much more effective day for him. There's a weird, I think the fridge was making a weird noise, and that was like a train horn. I'm like, what is happening right now? Jose Altuve, though, 3-for-4 with a 2-run blast, and then Jake Myers 1-for-3. Not a lot else to talk about with the Houston notable players. Like I said, George Kirby, player of the game, and gets your win. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, struck out 6, no walks, and no earned. Luis Garcia, 6 innings pitched to give up 5 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, but he struck out 9. Andres Munoz picks up save number 29. And Cal Raleigh was the victim of 4 strikeouts today, not all of them from Luis Garcia, but it was one of those games. One of those games is like, hey, we got the victory, we got the 1-run victory, feels fine, kind of similar to that San Francisco game where it's like, hey, we kind of pepper in some runs throughout there, and then just give up a blast that cuts it down to 1, and all of a sudden it changes the complexion of the game. We've had some of the games recently where it's just been a lot of strikeouts, but we've been able to somehow manage some wins. We're undefeated here in the month of July, which is good. 2 games left, before the All-Star break. And we'll be in Houston for those two. Secure ourselves a series split at least, which is fantastic. All-Stars future game. Okay, great. Fantastic. Congratulations. So that's good. That's kind of just what you're looking for in these scenarios. Like, I just want to secure a series split. I don't want to lose a series, especially when you're not performing very well offensively. A lot of strikeouts in today's game. Give up 9 to the starter. Couple of home runs on basically like the only pitch that would have made contact. I just kind of guessed right, got the timing accidentally correct, and able to take it out of the ballpark. But the offense still a concern going into the couple of games here in Houston throughout the weekend. Bigger concern here, I don't want to give this guy his first win of the season. Okay, he's 0-6. Brian Abreu, with a 4.83 ERA, does not have a win on his record. Can't worry about that too much, because we need to get back into the offensive flow of things. We'll get Rodriguez back in the lineup. Colton Wong will be back in the lineup as well. I think that'll help. Putting Haggerty in there isn't the best decision. I love him for his speed, but he is not very good from the left side of the plate. And we'll also have the new guy from the Orioles, Mateo. So the lineup will look a little bit different, and we should have some good speed for tomorrow's matchup against the Houston Astros right here on youtube.com/ShaunaSawyer'sRex at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Logan Gilbert is on the mound for the Mariners, 8-2 with a 2.61 ERA. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you tomorrow for more baseball right here on the channel. Subscribe, ring the bell, and you'll be able to keep up with everything MLB The Show 23 in this long-form franchise content. Good sports, go Mariners.